Thank you for joining us here this morning. Let's begin the broadcast with big news that we're tracking. As far as days after Donald Trump's U.S. victory, Donald Trump has dialed Putin. What we're given to understand is that they have discussed the Russia-Ukraine war. These are sources at the moment. We'll try going across to my colleague to get us more details. But the report suggests that Trump has advised Putin to avoid an escalation in the war and has urged to end war in Ukraine. And it's also warned against escalations in Ukraine. But remember the timing of this, considering the fact that earlier Donald Trump also spoke with Ukrainian President Zelensky. So days after his particular win, that is, this is a significant development that has come through. Initial details, of course, suggesting that they went on to talk and discuss about the war. And for the moment, we're given to understand these are reports that are suggesting the same. But more importantly, U.S. President-elect Trump spoke with Russian President Putin and advised him to not escalate the Ukraine war, sources suggesting the same. In fact, Trump and Putin spoke in recent days, is what we know so far. And Trump spoke with the Ukrainian president, remember, on Wednesday. That was earlier this week. And Trump has criticized the scale of U.S. military and financial support for Kyiv, is what we know at the moment. But as far as reading into how this is being looked at, Shinjoy Chaudhary, Times Network consultant, joins me this morning. Shinjoy, very good morning. Thank you for joining us here. As far as this is concerned, reports are suggesting that there was a conversation. What can you tell us? And more importantly, even in the run-up to the polls, that is, he was very clear about the fact that had he been, president, then this war would have not taken place. But more importantly, with this coming through, how are we reading into it?
Well, as far as Donald Trump is concerned, all through the campaign, he had said that the war would not have happened if he had. And yes, that once he became president, once he even said he would end the war in a day. Now, whether he can or not, we'll know on the 20th of January, but when he takes over as president. But the important thing is that it's not a very easy war to end, because at this point, if you're looking at a ceasefire, this is something Zelensky and Ukraine is not very keen on, primarily because they believe a lot of their land, beginning with the Crimea, is occupied by the Russians. So if you have a ceasefire today, it will mean that a third of their territory, a fourth of their territory will be with the Russians. That is not what they want. But of course, the war has been going on for over 2 years. The Russians particularly have taken huge casualties. They are also gaining little bits of land virtually every day. So it's a very, very difficult situation. So whether Trump can actually end the war by picking up the phone and calling Putin, or picking up the phone and calling Zelensky, getting both of them together, we do not know what he can do on the 20th and 21st of January, beginning with those 2 days. But this is something, if he actually does it, it will be a great thing, because the war has led to, of course, huge losses on both sides, and the world has suffered because of it. But whether he can actually do it, we don't know.
Right, Shinjoy. In fact, as you read into that situation for us and draw perspective, I'm given to understand that you're, of course, going to be telling us more perspective as far as international developments is concerned. So I'm going to come back to you. So I request you to stay on with us for just a few more